occur. And my imitation of Cardi B is about as good as Steve Carell's was during the Pepsi commercial, if you saw it during the Super Bowl last Sunday. And that is what we're talking about today. My top 6 ads from the Super Bowl 2019. Hello, beautiful people of YouTube. Happy Friday. And on this episode, we're talking about the Super Bowl commercials. So I'm sure many of you watched the Super Bowl. I did. And the actual game wasn't really that entertaining. But luckily for us, there were some really cool ads this year. So the first ad I'd like to talk about is Bumble commercial that featured Serena Williams. This made me just absolutely ecstatic. They had so many different messages in this one commercial, but the theme fit really well with the product, which I feel is super important in advertising. So Bumble, as we all know, is a dating app, but this particular commercial encouraged women to make the first move. Serena Williams was the perfect celebrity used for that, to enhance that female empowerment that we all want to have. And she even ends the clip saying something that they don't want you to know is that we as women already have the power. So I thought that that was such a bold statement. The commercial was really well done, really well said, and I just think overall it was great. So it's definitely in my top 6. The second commercial I want to talk to you about is the Bud Light corn syrup commercial. So Bud Light, if you watch the entire game, ran a series of ads keeping with their medieval theme, which is why this is in my top 6, because I think they did a really good job at incorporating their typical theme. But it had a twist and was kind of savage in the fact that they called out both Miller Lite and Coors Light beer in the ad. So the whole message was about that these two other beer companies corn syrup in their beers, whereas Bud Light does not. But they did it in a really themed medieval fashion and also with some humor in there. So that is why the Bud Light corn syrup commercial also made it into my top 6. So if you couldn't tell from the opening of this vlog, I clearly love the Pepsi commercial. This was actually one of the only commercials that I saw before the Super Bowl aired. It came up on my Twitter feed, and someone said that Pepsi had hit this right on the head, and I think that they absolutely did. Steve Carell played a great role. The message of the commercial was that Pepsi is not just okay, but it is great. But I think they were really clever in bringing in Lil Jon and Cardi B into the mix as well, as they both have very defined ways of staying okay that pretty much anyone can recognize, even if they're not really paying attention to it. And the humor that they had with Steve Carell at the end trying to imitate Cardi B's okay was just a perfect way to end the commercial. So that is why Pepsi also made it into my top 6. So taking a little bit softer approach to this one was Microsoft's new game controller commercial. This was not funny, but it was really touching. If you didn't see the ad, pretty much they had children with disabilities and their parents interviewed. The one little boy that was really focused on, he loves video games. That's what he usually does with his friends. And the whole message of the commercial is, why can't he play like everyone else? He does have a genetic disorder that, makes it hard for him to use normal game controllers. So Microsoft came out with this new type of controller that even these kids with disabilities can use. It was super cute, super practical, and I think Microsoft did a great job in showing and explaining what this new product actually can offer kids. So still on the serious side of things was the Washington Post commercial that was played pretty much almost at the end of the Super Bowl. It was a really unexpected ad, but I absolutely loved it, and here's why. So the Washington Post, I feel, was responding to a couple different things, one of those being the negative connotation that has recently been put on mass media, specifically by Donald Trump or people in the White House political positions, and they gave honor and remembrance to a couple of the journalists who actually died in the line of reporting overseas in the past year in 2018. And they used Tom Hanks to do the voiceover for the commercial, which I think was super smart of them. Not any celebrity could do that, mainly because he was one of the main actors in The Post that just came out this past year as well, the movie about the Washington Post breaking the Watergate scandal in the early 70s. So the combination of the message that, you know, journalists help bring us knowledge, and knowledge is power to keep a democracy on the up and up. And then also tying in Tom Hanks to that was just really smart. The graphics and the images that they used as well, ending with the Statue of Liberty in New York City, was super touching. I think the Washington Post did a great job with that ad. And rounding out our top 6 Super Bowl ads of 2019 is the Amazon Alexa commercial called Not Everything Makes the Cut. This was super clever and in typical Amazon style of using celebrities and some humor to advertise for their home system, Alexa. So with any innovative solution, there's always going to be fails, and Amazon took those in stride in this commercial, making fun of Alexa not working maybe in a toothbrush or in a dog collar made for dogs. That personally was my favorite scene, involving Harrison Ford and his dog, who ordered a ton of dog food on his own. And then you see it at the very end of the commercial arriving at the house on a huge pallet. And Harrison Ford is, of course, mad at his best friend for ordering so much unnecessary food. So yeah, Amazon did a great job with this ad. It was super cute, super funny, and it still got the message across. So kudos to Amazon. So as with anything in life, there's the best, there's good, there's mediocre, there's bad, and then there's the worst. So those top 6 ads definitely don't cover all of the Super Bowl commercials that I ranked. My runner-ups are in the description below. Links to those videos that you can watch them if you didn't have a chance to catch them last Sunday. But I do want to go over one of the worst Super Bowl ads of this year. Had to be the Burger King ad, hashtag Eat Like Andy. Personally, the whole commercial for me was kind of cringy. I am not one of those people that like the sound of rustling bags and like unwrapping a burger. They made that very prominent in their audio. I don't know why, if this is like a new fad, but I personally did not like it. And then they had him dunk his hamburger into ketchup, like not put ketchup on the burger, but like put it on the side and then dunk it like you would like a chicken nugget. I really don't understand anything about the ad. I don't know who Andy is, and I really don't want to eat like him, Burger King. So sorry, but that is my least favorite ad from the 2019 Super Bowl. So there you have it. Those are my top 6 and my least favorite Super Bowl ads from 2019. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, please be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, popping up on your screen right now. Also, be sure, if you haven't already, to subscribe. That is right below this video. And I want to hear from you guys. Please say in the comments below what made you laugh, what made you cry, what made you cringe, what could have been left out of these Super Bowl ads, what were you hoping to see? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. And as always, have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. And if you didn't catch my Cleveland swag throughout this video, mark my words, you're going to see my boy Baker Mayfield in the 2020 Super Bowl.